Hello everyone. I'm sure you all have heard, but a massive amount of news has popped for Baldur's Gate 3. It's definitely juiced my hype meter to new highs. I wanted to just make a quick video of some of the things I'm personally excited for and explain why some of these additions to Baldur's Gate 3 are so important. Let's start off with probably the biggest one according to the community, the Gloom Stalker Ranger. It's widely accepted that the base Ranger, meaning purely Player's Handbook, class, and subclasses are inferior to the rest of the cast of classes. I'm not going to get into the weeds, but if you're not too big into D&D, just know that generally Player's Handbook Rangers are fairly weak. Gloom Stalkers is like Wizards of the Coast hearing people talk crap about the Rangers behind their backs and concocted a crazy serum to jack them up. Gloom Stalkers can add their wisdom bonus to their initiative. Rangers already need a decent wisdom score due to their spells scaling off of wisdom. At 3rd level, they get the Dread Ambusher and Umbral Sight. Dread Ambusher states, at the start of your first turn of each combat, your walking speed increases by 10 feet, which is nice, which lasts until the end of that turn. If you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action. If that attack hits, the target takes an extra 1d8 damage of the weapon's damage type. Umbral Sight, you are also adept at evading creatures that rely on dark vision. While in darkness, you are invisible to any creature that relies on dark vision to see you in that darkness, which is absolutely amazing. Just those few things alone make Gloomstalkers head and shoulders taller than any other ranger. They're really amazing, and it's awesome that they've added them because they are not part of the player's handbook. They're in an additional extra addition to D&D. Another very popular subclass is the Spore Druid. They're super popular and they get access to some really cool stuff like Animate Dead at level 5. Their whole shtick is with spores, which is pretty unique, and they're pretty powerful. Starting at 2nd level, when they get access to Wild Shape, they get Symbiotic Entity, which allows them to use that Wild Shape to awaken the spores. They gain hit points, dealing extra Halo of Spores damage, as well as melee weapon attacks, dealing an extra 1d6 necrotic damage. And so, like I said, those two are awesome in particular because they are not Player's Handbook material. They are outside of it, which was something that we weren't really expecting, or at least hoping too highly on. We were expecting most of Player's Handbook stuff because that's sort of considered base D&D material. But it's awesome that they went out of their way and included some of the most popular subclasses from other books. All right, so now now that I got those couple of things out of the way, I'm going to talk about what I'm really excited for, which is Archfey Warlock, Dwagar, and companion characters. The Archfey Warlock is by far my favorite type of Warlock. Fiend is awesome. They have great abilities, benefits, and everything, as we can see from Will. If he's able to last hit people, he's really hard to kill sometimes. But Archfey is just really cool in how you can build them and their backstory. It's always been my favorite class to play on tabletop. And they have a lot of fun spells and abilities that I find rather pleasing to use. Every aspect of this subclass is fantastic in my opinion. They have an area of effect, charm, or fear, as you choose, starting at level 1. They get another ability called Misty Escape, which is a reaction upon taking damage that allows you to teleport up to 60 feet away. And they have a 10th level ability, which we will get that high, since they just released news saying that their highest level will be, or the level cap will be, 12. So we will get this ability, 10th level, Beguiling Defenses, which gives your character immunity to charm. And when another creature attempts to charm you, you can use your reaction to attempt to turn the charm back on that creature, which is awesome. It's just a reflect, and it's a and I'm really curious to see if NPCs will be smart enough to realize what you are, or if they will cast charm on you and you will get the chance to use that. I'm really excited to try that one out. So yeah, I am very excited for Archfey, and they will definitely be my first run through the game. The other part that I'm really excited for is the Dwagar, which we have already seen in early access. They are in the Underdark. If you haven't gotten there already, not much more spoilery than that. Other than that, they are natives of the Underdark. They are a dwarf subrace. And they're already in the game as NPCs. And they get a few abilities that are really awesome, in my opinion. They get something called Dwagar Magic, is what their abilities are called. Starting at level 3, they get Enlarge, Reduce, or Enlarge/Reduce. So just like the wizard spell, but it's one of their innate abilities. At level 5, they can cast the Invisibility spell. Now, the companion characters sound really exciting. Halsin, Jaheira, Minsc, and Minthara are going to be companion characters we can bring along in our journey. I'm not sure how they will work out. From what I understand, we won't be able to play as them, meaning we can't choose them at character creation like we can for Astarion, Gale, Shadowheart, Will, Lae'zel, etc. We will be able to recruit all of them. Or will we be able to recruit all of them? And will they just be members of the camp until we decide to bring them into our party? And will we be able to recruit both Halsin and Minthara, who are enemies in early access? Or will our choices on the fate of the Grove decide that? There are a few outcomes to the Grove situation, like we can destroy it, protect it, or allow it to be closed off by the Rite of Thorns, which I haven't done that yet. I've either saved it or destroyed it. I've never gone the Rite of Thorns route, so I might do a quick run through of that before the game launches. But anyway, if we keep Halsin in captivity in the Goblin camp and allow the Grove to seal itself away from the world, would we be able to recruit both Halsin and Minthara? Either way, I'm very excited to be able to add all of them to my party. Halsin is a powerful druid, and Minthara is a powerful paladin with some fantastic abilities for true souls. Although she does have the drow downside of having debuffs while out in the sunlight. As you can see, if she ever attacks the Grove, if you look at her character... sheet, she has some debuffs on her because she's out in the sunlight, which we don't see on our character because we're protected by the worm, which will protect us from the downsides, just like how it protects Astarion from the sunlight. Jaheira was a fighter druid, dual class in Baldur's Gate 2, so I'm curious as to what her class will end up being. Minsc was a berserker in Baldur's Gate 2, so I'm pretty confident that he'll stay the same, as that translates pretty cleanly to this one. So I am really excited for this news bomb that they unexpectedly dropped on us. I wasn't expecting anything until the Panel of Hell on July 7th. So, and they said that we'll get even more news. So I'm really excited for this. Let me know in the comments what you are excited for with the news that just dropped. Which class, which subclass, because there was a lot more that was put out than what I explained here. They released every class, subclass, and race that will be playable in the game. So let me know in the comments what you are excited to play and what you will go for first. All right. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one.